Back here at the White House, the likelihood of a summit between President Trump and Kim Jong Un seems to be growing by the day. A top North Korean official has been dispatched to New York. He will meet with America's top diplomat Wednesday. All of this comes less than a week after President Trump canceled the planned Singapore summit. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts is here on the North Lawn with me tonight. Good evening, John.
Brett, good evening to you. The White House isn't yet ready to declare the summit back on, and even if it is back on, it may be impossible to hold it on June the 12th, may have to be slid back a couple of days, but the planning is proceeding full steam ahead.
President Trump today maintained his upbeat assessment of a summit with Kim Jong Un, tweeting this morning that one of the highest-ranking officials in North Korea was headed to the U.S. Kim Jong-chol, the vice chairman of North Korea, heading now to New York, the president tweeted. Solid response to my letter. Thank you. Kim Jong-chol was the head of North Korea's cyber spying agency and was sanctioned by the Obama administration in 2015 for allegedly orchestrating the hack attack on Sony Pictures. He was also at Kim Jong-un's side during the meeting with South Korean President Moon Jae-in. The turnaround with North Korea happened after President Trump shocked the world, sending Kim a letter last Thursday calling off the summit.
This president, in that letter last week, I thought really got some kinetic energy going. Folks all of a sudden said, wow, this may actually not happen, and if we want it to happen, then we're going to start moving. And ever since then, practically, North Korea, South Korea, and the United States have been making very positive moves.
The administration has two teams in the region. One, led by Deputy Chief of Staff Joe Hagan, is in Singapore to work out the logistics of a possible summit. Another team is at the DMZ, nailing down some of the diplomatic issues. And Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will meet in New York tomorrow with Kim Jong-chol.
We are still finalizing exactly what these meetings will look like, but the Secretary will be heading up to New York tomorrow, and I believe returning sometime on Thursday. I think it's pretty impressive thinking about where we were 1 year ago, where we were even 6 months ago, for that matter, and now we have 3 simultaneous meetings taking place on this matter to talk about the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula.
And President Trump will have one last meeting with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe ahead of June 12th. Abe will visit the White House next Thursday to talk strategy. Japan wants to make sure its interests are represented. The threat from North Korea's intermediate-range ballistic missiles and Japanese citizens kidnapped by North Korea. At their Mar-a-Lago summit in April, President Trump promised he would raise it.
We're going to do everything possible to have them brought back and bring them back to Japan. I gave you that promise.
President Trump has sought Chinese President Xi Jinping's help in bringing North Korea to the table. But today, a possible complicating factor. The White House announcing it will soon impose a 25% tariff on $50 billion in Chinese imports and implement investment restrictions and enhanced export controls on U.S. technology. China responded tersely to what it saw as a negotiating tactic in broader trade talks. In a statement, the Ministry of Commerce saying, "We are surprised by the strategic statement released by the White House, but at the same time, it is somewhat expected." And President Trump got some blowback over a tweet he sent out on Memorial Day when he posted, "Happy Memorial Day. Those who died for our great country would be very happy and proud at how well our country is doing today. Best economy in decades, lowest unemployment numbers for blacks and Hispanics ever, and women in 18 years, rebuilding our military, and so much more. Nice." That prompted a sober response from the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Martin Dempsey, tweeting, "This day, of all days of the year, should not be about any one of us. No matter how prestigious or powerful, no matter how successful we perceive ourselves to be."
The president's tone was far different when he gave the yearly address at the Arlington National Cemetery, honoring those who gave their lives in defense of this country. The first daughter, Ivanka Trump, seemed to get it just about pitch perfect when she tweeted out, quote, "As we remember our fallen servicemen and women, our hearts are filled with gratitude for their sacrifice and awe of their courage." Brett?
Another aspect of Ivanka Trump raising some eyebrows about the business side.
Some people are casting a skeptical eye at the fact that she recently received from China 7 new trademarks, and then shortly after that, the president cut a deal with Xi Jinping to resurrect the Chinese telecom giant ZTE. Abigail Clem, who runs the Ivanka Trump brand for the first daughter, said that it's business as usual. They were simply trying to protect the trademarks in an era when there are so many trademark violations. The White House pointing out that while the president did cut a deal with Xi Jinping to save ZTE, he also this morning said that he was set to impose a 25% tariff on $50 billion worth of Chinese goods.
A lot of moving parts. John, as always, thank you.